This is for worksheet 8.3 for Wednesday, March 17th. Number 3, you're asked to find the sum. The series means sum, so a sub 1 is 27, r is 1/3, n equals 8. So plug into the formula. This should be in the formula sheet. So sum is equal to first term 27, and then don't forget to use a parentheses around the 1/3. And then 1/3 for fraction, use a division sign. So if you work that out, you get fraction. If you simplify the fraction, you get 3,280 over 81. But if you just use calculator, you could just approximate it to 40.49. So just use calculator on this. Okay, and then number 5. N equals 7. That's given in the question. So you also need a sub 1. First term is negative 0.8. And then you need the r, so you could choose any two numbers to see what times what gives you the next number. So I chose negative 20 times what gives you 100. Don't forget the negative sign. So the r is equal to negative 5. Negative 20 times negative 5 gives you 100. So if the sign changes, make sure the r contains a negative sign. So plug it into the formula, and you get sum is equal to, again, don't forget the parentheses. And if you work that out, you're going to get 10,416.8. Okay. Next one, number 7. Summation notation, but this gives you the k equals 1 through 10. So that means your total number of terms is 10, the top number there. And to find a sub 1, just plug in 1 for the k value. So 2 times 4 to the 1 minus 1 power. Again, 1 minus 4 to the 0 power is not 0, it's 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. And then the r value, there's several ways of doing it. The longer way, which always works, is you plug in the a sub 2. So plug in the 2 for the k value, and you get a sub 2 equals 8. And then you ask yourself, well, from a sub 1 to a sub 2, what did you multiply? So 2 times what gives you an 8, and that's 2 times 4 gives you an 8, so r becomes 4. But there's another way to do it, and it's kind of easier way. So if you're looking for r, in the summation form, you just look at the base. Base is 4, so r is 4. I know, cheater's way, but it still works. So now you have all these terms. That's all you need to plug into the formula. So plug it into the formula, and you're gonna get 699,050. So next one, number 9. You have a sub 1 and you have r, but you're missing the n. You don't know how many terms it takes to get to the 16,384. So you're gonna first find that by using the a sub n formula. So you're going to plug everything in to find the n. So numbers are given there. So first you divide it by 1. Don't do 1 times 4. I know it's the same result, but it's illegal. So divide it by 1. And then you ask yourself 4 times what power gives you 16,384. So you got to plug it in, try it in a calculator. 4 to the 10th power, too big. 4 to the 8th power, still too big. And then 4 to the 7th power gives you 16,384. So now once you have that, you could cross out the base, which is 4. Yeah, that's why we chose 4 to the what power, not 7 to the what power. And then when the 4 cancels out, you get 7 is equal to n minus 1. So adding 1 on both sides, you get n equals 8. Now, once you get n equals 8, you got to find the sum. So plug it into the sum formula, and that's and then you get 21,845. Okay, next, number 11 says find the a sub 11. So it's not the sum formula, it's the find the 11th term. So first I'm gonna find the r by choosing any two numbers and ask what times what. Negative 4 times what gives you an 8. So r equals negative 2. Once you have the r equals negative 2, you just need to use the a sub n formula, not the s of n. So plug it in, a sub 11th term. is a sub 1, which is the first number. I circled it. So negative 1 is the first number. And you times it by the r, where you found r from, previous what times what. And then n is 11th term. So n equals 11. So all these numbers should be 11. So n equals 11 minus 1. So work that out on a calculator, and you're going to get negative 1024. And then number 13, first, if you read the direction, it says find the 8th term. So you got to read a sentence. So you're only finding a sub 8. So same formula again. Plug in all the numbers. N is 8, so negative 3 to the power of 8 minus 1. Then calculator will tell you that number. Okay, number 20. This one's a little tough. It gives you the 8th to 4th term. So just think of it as you have all these terms, and then the 4th one they're telling you is 8. And then you're supposed to go find the 11th term, but it's gonna take a while, so we're just gonna use the formula. But that's the idea, that you're gonna keep multiplying by 2 until you get the 11th term. But I'm gonna use the formula, so I'm gonna go backwards. So what's the third term? So what times 2 gives you an 8? Well, so the third term turns out to be 4. 4 times 2 equals 8. And then you're going to go back. Second term must be 2, and then the first term must have been 1. So if you go forward, you're timesing 2. If you go backwards, you're dividing by 2. So that gives you a sub 1 equals 1. And we're going to find the a sub 11. So formula again. So we're going to find nth term is 11, and r equals 2. A sub 1 equals 1. So use the formula. A sub 11 is 1 times base is 2. N minus 1 power, so 11 minus 1 power. So if you work that out, 1024. Okay.